Trina Marine Ruano came from a very humble beginning, full of hardships and strife. She was an Ohlone woman, a proud, loving matriarch of Ohlone, Halkin, Saklan, Bay Miwok, and Plain Miwok. She was only 4'10" inches tall and very outspoken. When women got the right to vote, she never voted. However, she did explain politics to her children and family. She tirelessly advocated for the rights and recognition of Native ancestors and their history. She fought for the registration of tribe members with the Bureau of Indian Affairs in California, creating a documented record of Ohlone lineage. This is the first time this was done. She was an advocate for teaching about Native cultures in schools. Trina was proud of her culture and told her children to never forget that they were Native. Trina Marine Ruano was born in 1902 on a rancheria, which was a multi-ethnic Native settlement. Trina's mother, Avelina Cornates Marin, died in 1904, and her father, Rafael Marin, died in 1910. At only 8 years old, she was already an orphan. At this time, she was sent to St. Mary of the Palms Orphanage, run by the Dominican Sisters of Mission San Jose. There, she was made to give up her first language, which was Spanish, and speak only English. This little orphan has had her language, her first language, taken from her. Her brother Lucas was sent to a boys' orphanage in Ukiah. When Trina was 12, she left the orphanage with an 8th grade education, which would serve her very well during her lifetime. At about 12 years of age, Trina was reunited with her brother at a Washington Township ranch. He worked in the fields while she worked as a housekeeper, cook, and babysitter. After 6 years, Trina went to work for some high society people in San Leandro. There she worked for 7 years, doing the same type of humble work as she did on the ranch. Now Trina is 25 years old, and at this time she moved to Pismo Beach to work for a wealthy tobacco fortune heir. Here again, she is a housekeeper, maid, and babysitter. While there, she met her first husband, Charles Elston. Sadly, he died in a car accident soon after they were married. Trina, a young widow, went to Brentwood to live with her sister while she waited for the birth of her first child. After Dawn was born, Trina and baby Dawn went to Newark to live. Again, she worked as a housekeeper, this time for Ernest Thompson. He had 5 children. One of his children was very disabled. They married in 1933. She was 31. He was 58. They both loved children, and they had 3 children of their own, Faye, Ruth, and Lola. Mr. Thompson died in 1939. Trina had been widowed twice, and she was in her middle 30s. She then married Mr. Ruano in 1940. The 3 girls called him Daddy Joe. Trina and Mr. Ruano had 4 more children. When Trina moved to Newark, she tried to reclaim fragments of her earlier life. She relearned her first language, Spanish. On her children's birth certificate, she stated that she was Indian. While living in Newark, the farmers called the 3 little girls 3 little Indian girls, and Trina was proud of that distinction. Trina had a close relationship with other Native people and developed a deep pride in her heritage and shared that with her community. She learned about the Ohlones and their ways of life. Even though she was orphaned at a young age, she carried on the most important traditions of resourcefulness, drive, respect for living beings, respect for the earth, and most of all, pride in her heritage. As an educator, I have been profoundly touched by Trina's life and all that she accomplished. Her life was hard, but it was also full of love for her family, for her work, and for her Native people.